Welcome to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. Each month, we'll feature business and community leaders sharing their stories, initiatives, concerns, and passions. Learn practical information regarding community resources and opportunities. Now, the host of Business Voice, Greece Regional Chamber President and CEO, Sarah Lentini.
Hey everybody, you're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Parado Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, as always your host. I'm also the President and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. And we have, as our first guest today, a wonderful person who is the head of both the Greece and Rochester campuses for Bryant Stratton College, Michael Mariani. And I'm delighted to say that Bryant Stratton College is the title sponsor for the Greece Regional Chamber's upcoming golf tournament on Monday, June 26th, and it's actually the Greece Chamber Charitable Foundation's golf tournament, something that we're launching this year and hope to reprise, in an event that's going to support local nursing education. So, Mike, we've had you on the show before. Bryant Stratton College is, of course, it's hopefully a household name, I would think. But tell us a little bit about how this particular golf tournament connects to what Bryant Stratton College is doing.
Sure, Sarah, thanks. And yes, I have been on the show before and honored to be a guest here again today. Also honored to be a part of the golf tournament and the title sponsor. Supporting local nursing education, the theme fits well with Bryant Stratton College, as we're excited to announce, and many have probably heard this before, we recently received approval for a new associate degree in nursing program here in Rochester, specifically at our Henrietta campus back in the summer of 2021. And we have since been ever enrolling in that program since. Lots of interest in the program, lots of students have enrolled, and excited to say that we just graduated our first group of nursing students in December of 2022. And we have our next group of students coming up to graduation here in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to have a consistent pipeline of students, if you will, graduating in the program as we move forward. And as we've learned from many of our medical partners here in the community, there's a very high demand for medical professions here in the local area to fill need, particularly in the nursing program. So many of our students have already had tremendous opportunity to speak with employers that have come out to campus to want to meet with our students and talk about possibilities and opportunities upon graduation, and certainly once they complete and successfully pass their NCLEX and earn their registered nursing license. So it's been going very, very well, and we're excited to share that with everyone that's listening today.
Yeah, this is wonderful news. I mean, I don't think there's anybody within listening distance that wouldn't agree that we, really, really need additional nurses, good nurses, additional nurses for the greater Rochester region and community. So wonderful that you are, you've already graduated your first class. And tell us a little bit about, folks might be interested in enrolling. How do they go about, if there are people that might be interested in a nursing career, how do they go about connecting with you? And what does it take? What do they need before they can be considered and enroll?
Yeah, that's a great question. So anyone who's interested, multiple ways that they can inquire. They can go to our website, which is bryantstratton.edu. They can search for the Rochester location, specifically our Henrietta location, and put in an application through our website. They can also search Bryant Stratton College nursing programs through any search engine. They can also call into our campus, which our Henrietta campus phone number is 585-292-5627, or they can stop right into our campus, which is located at 1225 Jefferson Road, Rochester 14623. So there's multiple ways that they can inquire, and once they do, they will either meet with someone upon visiting or through inquiry talk to somebody about next steps in the process, which would really be coming out to the campus, visiting, learning more about the program, potentially filling out an application, going through the process of acceptance, which So just a few basic steps, really. There's a TEAS exam that students would have to complete and be successful in order to be able to enroll into the program, and then some basic housekeeping pieces as it relates to, shot records and things that they would need to have up to date before they start the program, because our program is unique in that once the students start the program, it is a 4-semester program, so it's really only 16 months from start to finish.
Oh, wow,
Students
that's great.
go out. Yeah, students go out on their clinical site rotations as early as their first semester, so that's why all of the immunization records and things along those lines would need to be procured up front. But the beauty of that is the students start and finish in a relatively short period of time. Rigorous program, but a lot of great things on the back end of it, and the sooner you can get there. For many, they perceive that to be best, and we would agree. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure you normally would give some assistance in connecting to potential employers, correct?
Oh, for sure. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, we have employers that have actually reached out to us and have come out to campus and have set up in our classrooms and have spoken directly to students about opportunities at many of our local hospitals and medical facilities about potential opportunities upon graduation and successful completion of their licensure exam. And I would also mention, Sarah, if I could,
sure.
It's not just nursing that we've learned. There's a vast need for as it relates to medical assistance. So, we've done our due diligence and we've talked to local employers. And one of the other programs that's really been of interest is our medical assisting program as well. There's been a shortage of nurses. They've been moving people into different positions within the hospital system, and they've created shortages in other areas where there's a new demand for positions like medical assisting that we do also offer a program in as well as occupational therapy assistant, health services administration, which is a bachelor degree, and we also offer a medical administrative assistant degree, which is at the diploma level. So we have a vast array of programs that run the gamut as it relates to the medical landscape.
Oh, that's great. I think that's just a great set of courses and curricula that folks can take advantage of. Now, did I hear you correctly? It's an associate's in nursing?
The nursing degree is an associate's degree, correct? And
what does that enable you? What kinds of jobs are open to you with an associate's in nursing?
So once the students graduate from the program, the next step would be for them to sit for the NCLEX exam, and upon successful completion, they would receive their license, which would allow them to be certified as a registered nurse.
Okay.
So anywhere there's a need for an RN, they would be qualified for putting their hat in the ring for the opportunity.
Well, that's great. I don't know much about the way the courses, the levels in the courses as they relate to nursing. So that's wonderful. In 16 months, you can become a registered nurse, basically. That's great.
16 months, 64 total credits required. The vast majority of those credits are certainly in the nursing program, and then you have some other required courses that relate to nursing in anatomy and physiology and biology and such. But, 64 credits. Wow. 4 semesters, and granted, that's successful completion of all the courses the first time around, which would allow them to graduate within that time frame.
That's wonderful. Are there resources available to help students that might need some assistance with affording the tuition?
Sure. So we do have a financial aid department here on site. So all of our students have an opportunity to sit directly with a financial aid advisor to walk through every step of the process. And then they determine, what eligibility each individual student has as it relates to student loan eligibility, federal Pell Grants, New York State TAP Grants, any types of scholarships or institutional grants that might be available as well.
Yeah, and this might be a good place to say that, that's really part of the purpose of the Greece Chamber Charitable Foundation's golf tournament, and that's to raise money for the charitable foundation and to enable us to make some scholarship grants to nursing students in programs such as yours, so that they can, they can better afford tuition, but maybe some of the other expenses that go along with tuition. And every little bit can really help when you're trying to get through a program. We're very excited about being able, with your support, quite frankly, with Bryant Stratton's support as title sponsor, being able to move forward, and then direct those funds to some of the nursing students that are trying to get through programs, nursing programs, especially at places like Bryant Stratton. So it is, I think, an exciting time to be in Rochester, and delighted to be participating with you guys in, creating additional opportunities for nurses to come online. And I'm so glad you mentioned all the other programs that you guys have that are specific to the medical profession in general. And I'm wondering if you, if you've got, you've already graduated your first class. This might be a premature time to ask the question, but given how deep the need is, I'm wondering if you guys are, likely to increase this particular curriculum anytime soon, or if there's anything that you can share with us about the things that you're thinking.
When you reference increase, you mean other medical programs? Yeah,
both the nursing program and other medical programs, since they're so needed and so pivotal.
Yeah. So because we're a trimester institution, we run traditional 15-week semesters, but we run 3 semesters annually. So we have a third group of students that we start each year. So that's an added number of students that ultimately will graduate sooner within that 16-month period for us to have a larger group to put out into the community to fill those opportunities. But also, we have had some discussions about some other medical programs as well, none of which are currently approved through the state, but we are absolutely investigating and looking at other nursing programs as well as other medical programs that could certainly fit the need, yes.
I'm so glad to hear that. I was hoping that that's what you guys were working on, because I think it seems like a logical next step, and it's, again, so needed. We need this so much in the community. So I know you guys are also doing other things at Bryant Stratton, and I don't know if there's any, within the last few years, you've brought some, you've had a lot of stuff going on in the sports arena. You brought on a new, right? I'm not making this up, right?
No, you're not. We do. We have a men's basketball program that we've had now for this will be going into their 5th season this year, and all of our athletic programs are part of the USCAA, and they are Division I, so there are scholarship opportunities that we are able to grant to our student athletes as well to help with tuition affordability as well. And we have a men's soccer program which started 2 seasons ago. This past season was season number 2, and they were actually a playoff contender. Won a game and lost a game, and we're hopeful that this year they can make a run for the national championship. And we're excited to say that we're currently building and planning to start in fall a women's soccer program as well. And we also have an esports program that we're growing as well. So anyone who's interested in finding out more about any of our athletic programs can certainly inquire in a similar fashion to what I shared earlier. And we'd be more than open to talking to folks about having some fun playing a sport that they love while pursuing an education.
That's great. In addition to all the other wonderful, many business-related courses and other courses that you guys have offered since forever, but just wanted to make sure people are aware of what you guys are doing. That's really innovative and new. You've been around a long time, but you haven't stopped evolving, obviously. And we're so excited once again, and so grateful to you, to Bryant Stratton College, for being the title sponsor of the Grease Chamber Charitable Foundation's first annual charitable golf tournament in support of local nursing education, which is going to be taking place Monday, June 26th at Ridgemont Country Club, which, of course, is on West Ridge Road in Rochester in Greece, and promises to be wonderful. Our honorary golf tournament chair is Doug Embledge. We have lots of wonderful sponsors and supporters, but, of course, Bryant Stratton College is the title sponsor in really helping to make this a very successful event. So thank you so much, Michael, for everything that you are doing.
And Sarah, thank you as well for the support and the opportunity, and to the Chamber as a whole. And we're very much proud and happy to be a part of it.
Thank you again. All right, Michael Mariani, Rochester Campus Director, Bryant Stratton College. Thank you so much for being with us here today on Business Voice.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back. Do not flip that dial.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. At Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Home, the focus is always on how your loved one lived. Bartolomeo and Prado has been helping families create meaningful tributes and celebrating unique lives for 3 generations. They treat your family like their own, always with the utmost compassion, warmth, and care. When you're in need, call Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 720-6000.
My career as a journalist spans nearly 2 decades, much of that here at 13 WHAM News.
We begin with law enforcement encountering...
The news we share can be difficult, but it's important to keep you informed and ready for what's ahead. I promise we'll also highlight all the good in our community and celebrate what brings us together. That's my commitment to you every night on 13 WHAM News.
Matt Malloy, weeknights on 13 WHAM News at 5, 10, and 11.
The Grease Chamber Charitable Foundation, title sponsor Bryant Stratton College, and honorary chair Doug Embledge invite you to the foundation's first annual charitable golf tournament on June 26th at Ridgemont Country Club. Support local nursing education. For early bird pricing, register by May 20th at greasechamber.org or by calling 585-227-7272. That's 585-227-7272.
More than 20,000 watts of truth. WYSL AM 1040, FM 92.1 and 95.5 West.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host, as always, and also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. My next guests are just, first of all, wonderful people and wonderful business people who are starting a not a brand new venture, but a brand new venture in Greece. The well-established Bozza Pasta is going to be coming into Greece, Elmridge Center Drive. And Michael and Marisa Bozza, husband and wife, they're both a husband and wife team, and they're also a business team, are going to be talking with us a little bit. And I'm going to start with Michael Bozza. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for having us on.
Oh, absolutely. So, Michael, you're the person tasked with giving us a little background and history on Bozza Pasta. Hopefully, people have heard about it. It's been around for a while, right? And it's been in area supermarkets. And tell us a little about the history.
Sure. Well, let's go back just real quickly. I'm here in the United States with my family because of pasta. And my father started a pasta company here in Rochester many years ago, and I was fortunate enough to restart it about 13 years ago.
Wow.
And then Marisa and I got married about 7 years ago, and we started again here in Hilton, and now we're planning to move into Greece once construction is done in our new location. But just to give you an idea, pasta has been in my family all the way going back to my grandfather. Huh. So I'm a third-generation pasta maker.
That's wonderful. That's just such a great... we always love hearing about, family businesses and multi-generational family business, and in your case, an international multi-generational family business. How cool. So right. Where... you mentioned that you're from Italy, I think, and that I know that you're from Italy, so I might be putting that in there. But where in Italy did your family make pasta?
So my family comes from Gragnano, Naples, and if you look it up on the internet, Gragnano is called the city of pasta.
Really?
And my grandfather worked in one of the first pasta companies to export pasta throughout the world.
Wow.
It's called Garofalo. And they started distributing many years ago. But if you go into Gragnano, at one point, there were over 100 pasta factories that were making small batches of pasta throughout Italy.
What a perfect place to be from. I didn't know all this, Michael. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
It's in the blood. Yeah, it's in the water. It's in the pasta.
And the house that my dad grew up in now is a very famous pasta factory. It's a very artisanal pasta factory called Pasta Gentile, and they're very much a hands-on, handmade product that they distribute again throughout the whole world.
Wow.
They're artisanal pasta, and we're trying to do something like that here in Rochester.
Oh, how great. What a wonderful tradition to be bringing here. We're really lucky to have you. the two of you, because, first of all, you're bringing something very special from Italy that, we wouldn't have otherwise. And then also because the two of you are awesome. I mean, you're a wonderful couple. People haven't met you necessarily the way that I have, but, I've spent some time with both of you, and you're really very, very special. So what's on the docket? Should we be talking to Marisa next? I mean, what are you guys planning? You're moving into Greece, and just tell us quickly where in Greece. I think I kind of said it, but.
Hi, this is Marisa Bozza. We are moving to Elmridge Plaza in Greece, right on West Ridge Road. We don't have an exact date of our opening because they are still working on the build-out, but we are hoping by June we will be in there. And not only will we have our pasta shop where we're making and selling fresh pasta, we also hope in the future to have a fast casual pasta place where you can, pick a pasta, pick a sauce, pick a side.
Oh, how nice.
So that's going on, not sure of the date exactly, but we're excited.
But that's the vision and something that we can all look forward to. So that sounds really, really good. I'm very excited that you guys are doing that. And you didn't used to even, now you have a retail outlet, correct? But you used to be, I used to see you in supermarkets, frozen pasta, right? Or maybe it wasn't frozen, It was fresh pasta. I take it back, I'm sorry, but it was in supermarkets, right?
Yes. We distribute to a lot of retail stores, local retail stores around Rochester, also restaurants, and then distributors that they distribute to Syracuse, Buffalo area. Oh, wow. And then we also sell right out of our pasta shop as well.
That's great. Well, that sounds wonderful. I'm so glad that you guys are, glad we're going to be able to come in and see you and see the product and, ultimately even make some choices about what it is exactly that we might want to eat then and there. That sounds awesome. So tell us about, you guys are in, you're in a unique position where you're working in a business together. It's a family, endeavor. And obviously as husband and wife, it's something very special. So do you have different roles running the business? You've sort of parceled off, different activities for each one of you, or?
We do. We have separate roles, but then they cross over as well.
Nice.
Michael and I, we work on different recipes together, where Michael is more of a producer, where I'm a little bit more of a, I guess you could say, delegating. What would you say, Michael?
I think you're the overall. You take care of the retail side, take care of people up front, packaging, and great customer service.
Oh, that's a lot. That's wonderful. That's great. What a wonderful partnership. But I love that you're coming up with recipes together because I didn't know that. So how do you do that? How do you come up with recipes? One of you gets inspired by something and you talk about it, or you do a little
There's never any arguing. No, ever. No yelling, nothing like that.
Ever.
Oh, you make me. That's really funny. But do you you try out your ideas? Like you get home and you think of a new recipe and you try them out and you taste test them together. That sounds like fun to me.
Some of it is like that. Some of it's a little bit more technical, where Michael has his background in actual pasta making, and then my degree is in nutrition and dietetics, so I kind of bring a different aspect to things. But we usually are using our incredible math skills that together with ideas.
She's not picking on me right now.
I'm sure she's not. She would never do that.
No.
That's fun.
No, it's a great collaboration. It takes sometimes many different iterations until we come up with something that's tastes well and is palatable, cooks well, presents itself well in a dish, holds itself up, because it depends on the application we're trying to make this pasta for. It's for a restaurant, and it has to sit for a while after it's cooked. We want to make sure it holds up keeps its integrity.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider, much more than I might have guessed. As you're speaking, it all makes sense, but I'm not sure I would have thought of it myself. And what's really cool is it means that your offerings are continually changing and evolving. You're keeping it fresh, yes?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean,
especially the way the food world is evolving, almost on a daily basis. Some of the requests that we get are either based on new trends in flavors, all the way to new trends in nutritional values,
or gluten-free. Different situations arise.
Yeah. So you're trying, of course, the marketplace changes. The people in it have different needs, different focuses, and so you're also responding to that. That's great. Yeah. I mean, that's wonderful. So I know you said that you're moving to Elmridge Center Plaza in Greece. You may not have the exact date yet because construction is ongoing. If somebody just can't wait, I mean, you have a place right now in Hilton. You said, right?
Yes, correct.
So
7 Upton Street. 7 Upton Street. It's right in the village of Hilton, and it's kind of not the ideal retail spot. So if people are coming, usually they're a little bit scared when they see the building because they don't think it's where they're supposed to be. But you follow the signs, and it's, some people say we're a little hidden gem in Hilton.
Well, nice. We're in the warehouse, but we are definitely the only pasta place in Hilton, so it's not hard to miss.
That's great. So people can come. It's okay if they come to you. You said 7 Upton Street in Hilton.
7 Upton Street. We also have a great following on Facebook and Instagram and our website as well, which is bozzapasta.com.
Bozzapasta.com, and Bozza is B as in boy, O, double Z as in zebra A, right? Bozza. Bozzapasta.com. And is it possible to do any mail ordering, or is there any other way that people can get the pasta?
You can order online if you'd like. I mean, we have a really wide variety here, so it's not always necessary, but you can at least get online to see what we have, and if you'd like to place it right there and pay for it, you can, and then come pick up at our shop, or you can just come in. We have, like I said, everything from fresh pasta, fresh spaghetti to ravioli and gnocchi, gluten-free, even tiramisu for dessert.
Oh, that's my favorite. Tiramisu. Right. Tiramisu for dessert. Nice. Very nice. So you guys make that too?
Yes, we do.
You do? Wow. That's great. Because, I mean, it's, that's a very nice bonus. So fresh pasta, all kinds of fresh pasta, some new types of pasta coming online all the time. 7 Upton Street, Hilton for the time being. 7 Upton Street, Hilton. Bozzapasta.com. That's B as in boy, O-Z-Z-A, pasta.com. And, of course, we're going to have a heck of a party. We hope we're going to have come and have a heck of a party with you to celebrate your grand opening at Elmridge Center in Greece this summer. And, we're just very delighted. So I don't know whether we can have you back on, maybe in the late summer, early fall, but we would love to, at which point we can talk about the grand opening as well. And of course, as your vision that you described, to be able to come in and maybe actually eat there and pick out some pastas and sauces and sides. We'd love to have you back to talk about that as well. So Michael and Marisa Bozza, B-O-Z-Z-A, Michael and Marisa Bozza, Bozza Pasta, thank you both so much for being with us here today on Business Voice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest. Don't flip that dial.
If you're looking for an opportunity to play a vital role in the fast-growing field of healthcare, then consider earning a degree in medical reimbursement and coding from Bryant Stratton College. With curriculum built around the same standards and software used in the industry, you'll graduate with the skills and confidence needed to sit for key certification exams required by employers. And this program is now offered in a new blended learning format. combining the best of instructor-led face-to-face classroom instruction with virtual learning, giving you the flexibility to earn your degree in a way that best suits your schedule and life. Plus, thanks to Career Life Prep, you'll have a team to help chart your path. Learn the soft skills employers are looking for, gain valuable professional connections, and enjoy career services support for life. So learn more about a career in medical reimbursement and coding today at bryantstratton.edu. Bryant and Stratton College, for every and in life. For important information and disclosures, please visit bryantstratton.edu/disclosures. Bryant and Stratton College complies with applicable state authorization regulations for distance education in all other states.
If you're looking to market and grow your business, make new business connections, and give back to the community in a meaningful way, consider joining the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. We're the largest suburban chamber in Monroe County, and we offer networking, education, marketing, insurance, and advocacy. You do not need to live or work in Greece to join. Our members come from throughout the region. In short, we're better together, and together, we're moving business forward. Visit greecechamber.org or call 585-227-7272 to join today.
Safeguarding your freedoms and your future. The WYSL stations.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Parado Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host, as always, and also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. We have a great guest with us here today from 13 WHAM ABC TV, Steve Synesael, who's been a member of the Greece Regional Chamber for some time, a premium member. We're really grateful to you for that, Steve. And Steve has been able to help us augment our ability to get the word out about all kinds of things, including the charitable golf tournament that we were talking about earlier in the program. So welcome, Steve. And
well, thank you for having me. And I've loved the association that we had with the Greece Chamber for many years. I had a project back when I was selling commercials as opposed to being a manager right now, and we had a thing called Taking Pride in Greece, and we had a handful of advertisers from A&J Tax to State Farm did some advertising with us and a few different ones like that. But we've had some really nice success with some of the businesses up there and then working with the chamber.
Yeah, how nice. I didn't realize that you had worked so closely with, so many of our members and businesses in the community. That's great. Yep. And looking to continue that. So you've been there a while, right?
Yes, September will be 40 years.
No.
Yep.
Not possible. You're not old enough for that. Come on.
Yeah, and I started in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, for a year before that. But I've done a lot of different things there. I started off as a photographer, sports photographer, videographer.
Cool. Yeah.
Then I became a producer when Doug Embledge, way back when he was doing sports, if you might remember that far back, he did some sports at Channel 13 before he went into news. I was his producer.
Wow.
And then I became an anchor/reporter because he said, hey, we could use a third person to be on the air. And then after 17 years of working 3 to midnight and a lot of weekends, I said, there's got to be something better. Give me some of those banker hours. Then I went into sales and digital sales manager, TV sales, and then TV sales manager. So I've been there a long time, but I've done a lot of different things. So every 5 years, I sneak out of wherever I am before they catch up to realize I'm not that good at it, and I move into something else.
You've done, but you really have. It sounds like you've covered virtually every area, that is offered, through 13 WBC TV. So that's awesome.
We do joke about that. If you needed a copy of a tape or you needed this, where would I go for this? Here, let me show you.
And I was going to ask if you'd been on air because you sound like you have a great radio voice.
Thank you.
And you sound
these
like
microphones are really
they're
nice.
really good. Aren't they nice? I like them too. Bob, I like them. If you ever want to give me like a gift, an offline gift, I want this mic.
But yeah, I got to anchor for a while, do some reporting, got to travel around and do some different things for the Buffalo Bills out of town for Super Bowls and things like that I got to be a reporter at. And then I voice over some commercials of some of the clients that I have.
Nice.
One of my clients is Nick Tahoe's, so I do his spots.
Very
Orion's
nice.
Cafe, which is Long Pond and Maiden Lane.
Long Pond, that's right.
Believe Me, You Will Love It with Johnny Catalano. So I've had a handful of commercials that I'll do voices for because they're my clients, so I figure I might as well just do the voice.
Lovely.
So it kind of keeps me in the TV slash I guess mini famous, that very few people know who I am, but I'm not Doug Embledge or Mike Catalano by any chance, but
you're good friends with both of them.
Yes, exactly. Very good friends. We just I went to Ireland last June with Doug Embledge and Mike Catalano and went golfing over there with a bunch of other guys. That was a lot of fun, boy. I wish I could redo it.
Maybe you can.
Yeah, I'm somewhere down the road.
Yeah, maybe we can help you. Would you like? I mean, and just to mention, we mentioned it earlier, but just you're talking about Doug Embledge, and he is the honorary chair for the Grease Chamber Charitable Foundation's charitable golf tournament, and you did, and thank you for all your support in promoting the golf tournament. We really appreciate it. So wonderful. So what's going on at 13 WHAM ABC TV? Anything new and exciting? Any kind of vision for the future? Or?
Everything in TV over the last handful of years has switched from TV into digital. And digital advertising because we can target so much better. But if you look at it, and I don't want to say TV's not, it's not where it was. It's probably never going to be there. It's still probably what people do most often, watch TV. Watch sports live, watch news live, which is great.
Yep.
The only problem is there's so many options out there, so people don't watch as much TV as they did before. But they're on their phones and their computers. So we've had to pivot and advertise on those different streaming services. And we've done really well with it. But it's still tough to get some diehard advertisers to not do as much TV or to add digital to their advertising. But when they do, they realize how well
Powerful.
It works.
Yep.
And we can target individuals with a certain income, a certain credit score, that they have a child and they're saving for a 529 college fund. We can target people that own trucks, people that are soccer moms. We can target people that have bad backs.
Wow.
So if you can do that for a chiropractor, obviously you're going to save them money because you're going to advertise just to that targeted individual audience. So those are the things that we're doing advertising-wise to be on the forefront of advertising and targeting, and to make sure that we don't lose market share.
Right.
Like anybody, from newspaper to whatever, you don't want to lose anything to anybody else, and we try to do as much as we can to keep advertising and being good at it.
Well, the specific and precise way in which you can target and track, right? Because you can also track. Yeah. That's got to be an enormous service for businesses. Once they realize that you can do that, I imagine they want to have a conversation with you. But I imagine that one of the concerns they might have is, can I even afford this? Is this even in the ballpark of something I can manage?
Very affordable. Like I was talking to a guy this morning, one of our salespeople, and he said that somebody, I think they did radio or they did billboards or something like that. And I said to him, I go, do you think that they think TV's too expensive? And I think that a lot of people think, well, the Super Bowl ads are millions of dollars. I can't afford TV. We have advertisers that spend $500 a month to $50,000 a month. So there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it mostly depends on what show you're advertising in. If you're in a football game, on a Buffalo Bills football game, it might be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 because the audience is so big. And you might be advertising at 1 a.m, and it's $10, $5, nothing. A lot of times we advertise for free, late at night. So there's a lot of different areas there. We have 3 different TV stations, from CW Rochester to Fox Rochester, and then Channel 13. And each one has a slightly different audience, and it costs a different amount to advertise on all of those shows. So people can give us their budget. Tell us who they're trying to reach.
Yep.
We make a commercial to try to reach those people and say these are the best ways to utilize that dollar most effectively.
And I have to say, having worked with you more than once now on producing a television ad, that you couldn't make it easier. Oh my gosh! And you do a beautiful job. Like, I sent you some basic information and it was done. It's gorgeous. It's professional. It's on the air. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I really, seriously, thank you. You do a beautiful job.
The thing we have is we have a really good photographer, John Pachalski, who goes out and shoots every single day commercials. Megan is our editor, and she's really great at editing and making things creative and trying to make each individual commercial different than the other one. So she tries not to just do the same old thing, because each advertiser has a different message, and some might be a restaurant, which is a slower pace, dissolving between food shots, to come on out, we got 50% off all of our furniture. There's a difference, and they have to go about it differently. Yep. And those individual commercials are going to go into different shows, most likely. So you have to, by sitting down and talking to the advertiser and finding out who they're trying to reach in the message, then we try to find the programs that is going to fit the best and be most targeted.
Wonderful. And if somebody's interested in working with you, like how should they go about reach? Who do they contact? How do they reach you?
Yeah, they can call the main number here at the station. They can reach me directly as a sales manager, and that's 321-2237, 321-2237. Or call the main number, which is 334-8700, and then just hit the button that prompts you to the sales department, and it's 334-8700. So there's a lot of different ways to reach us. Yeah. Or go to 13wham.com, our website. Go at the bottom down there. There's a contact us, advertise with us, and you can search us that way too.
And I'm going to add a fourth, which is you can always reach out to the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce
and ask.
You can either call, or you could even call my cell, 944-5800.
And you'll pass me along.
And I'll pass. I'd be happy to connect you. But also our business directory is right on our website, and you're listed there. So that's greecechamber.org, greecechamber.org. So I am delighted that you guys are still supporting not just the Greece community, but the greater Rochester community, and so very delighted and grateful to you for all the support that you're giving us for the the Greece Chamber Charitable Foundation Golf Tournament, and of course,
awesome.
Looking to work with you because you're a premium member, and we're going to be working together on some other, promoting some other chamber events, some big things that are coming down. Yeah, same here. Really, really great partnership. I don't know if people realize in the community what wonderful community partners you guys are. So 13 WHAM ABC. I can't say all of that, but 13 WHAM ABC TV. I'll do that,
Well, the thing that we try to do is we are one of the sponsors of the Jazz Fest. We're one of the sponsors of the Fringe Festival. We're one of the sponsors of a lot of different events like that. So when a big event comes to town, and sometimes smaller events and sometimes not-for-profits and charities, our general manager, Chuck Samuel, says, let's be the community leader in those type of things. Let's be the one that says yes to those different projects, to Lifespan, to the Chamber's Top 100. Let's try to be the people or the station that jumps out and says we want to be the station that leads the way and be the media sponsor of those things, because it starts with Don Alhart at work, and the different people we've had through the years. I think we've set a tone in the community of who we are and what we try to be.
Yes.
And it starts with Don Alhart and trickles its way all the way down to anybody at the station, right?
Yeah.
To me, and I try to lead my life and the way I work after Don Alhart. And I think that he sets the tone, as I said.
Yeah, you all do. And I know how much you personally do to support the community as well. And yeah, we thank all of you. You're right. You've set a tone. You've set a bar. You've been meeting it for many years, and we're proud to call you a partner. So,
thank you.
Thank you again. That's Steve Synesael, 13 WHAM ABC TV. Thank you so very much for being with us here.
Thanks for having
Business Voice. You're very, very welcome.
It's been enjoyable.
Yeah, thank you. All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest. Do not flip that dial.
Since 1983, Herko Computers is Rochester's first and most experienced custom computer system builder. Herko Computers is proud to be working with many of our original customers, including the Greece Chamber of Commerce. Whether you need a custom business PC, gaming system, or network server, Herko Computers can build you a custom computer system that exceeds your expectations. Herko Computers also offers complete IT support for your business. We can configure your business network, provide security from viruses and ransomware to keep your business or medical office running the way it should be. Herko Computers is also a full-service provider of network wiring, Wi-Fi, and network camera systems. Need to upgrade from Windows 7? Give Herko Computers a call at 227-1270 to discuss your options to get your business upgraded to Windows 10. Herko Computers is proudly locally owned and operated since 1983. Call us at 227-1270 and schedule your Herko Computers free IT evaluation. Herko Computers, 227-1270.
Funerals can be expensive. You may be surprised to learn that you can get Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Homes 5-star service at a price you can afford. They understand one price doesn't fit all and strive to ensure that your needs are met within your budget. Their family of funeral homes are a part of helping to achieve that goal. But above all else, they promise quality service. The details are taken care of so you can focus on what's important. Find out more by calling Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Home at 720-6000.
The Grease Chamber Charitable Foundation, title sponsor Bryant Stratton College, and honorary chair Doug Embledge invite you to the foundation's first annual charitable golf tournament on June 26th at Ridgemont Country Club. Support local nursing education. For early bird pricing, register by May 20th at greasechamber.org or by calling 585-227-7272. That's 585-227-7272.
Depositing your money with Genesee Regional Bank helps strengthen the local community. That's because GRB lends its deposits so the community can grow and prosper. Genesee Regional Bank. Community banking, community building.
Visit grbbank.com. Member FDIC.
The one media outlet you can count on. The voice of liberty. The WYSL stations.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Parado Funeral Home. As always, I am your host, Sarah Lentini, also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber, and I'm super delighted to welcome my next guest, Dr. Cait Loury, who is the Chief Educational Officer of Renaissance Academy Charter School of the Arts. Welcome, Dr. Loury.
Hi, thanks for having me, Sarah.
Well, you're very welcome. So, your school is so special. I'm not even sure how to begin. I hope you are, because I was hoping you'd give us, for starters, just an overview. Not all schools are charter schools, and certainly not all schools are charter schools of the arts. What does that mean?
Yeah, so Renaissance Academy Charter School of the Arts is a kindergarten through 6th grade free elementary charter school here located in Greece. And so what that means as a charter school is that it is a school of choice. Students from all over, technically New York State, but obviously in this area, can apply to attend to our school. And they receive, as long as they are within 15 miles of the school, per New York State law, they receive free transportation, and it is free to attend, just as any public school is. So we receive our funding from the state, and our special focus is that we are a school of the arts. So our students here receive drama, dance, visual arts, and music integrated into their learning, both in the classroom, along with their content areas like reading and math and science. And also they get to attend arts classes in those areas to really refine their skills and build them as artists.
And it's a beautiful school with all kinds of, wonderful children and wonderful instructors. And, on a recent tour there, both Jean Welch, our board chair, and I were struck by the fact that the students just love you. You can't invent stuff like that. They were coming up and, basically expressing their affection and respect for you. It was so nice. It sounds like a lot, right? Art, all the different art forms, and then all the regular core curriculum subjects. But I think you said there's integration, right, of the two, integration between the art subjects and the core subjects?
Yeah, that is one of our key design elements. So we have, throughout the day, arts integration teachers pushing into the classrooms and co-teaching alongside of the classroom teachers. So they may plan lessons together in, say the students were working on fractions in math class, and they needed a little extra to help them really understand the concepts, while the music integration teacher would push in and they might plan a lesson all about reading music that works on the fractions of the musical notes and helping students tie that math to that musical understanding to really help to solidify the concept in both learning about music and learning about math.
That is so cool. And what's even more cool is it's not just the integration between the two subjects, but it's the tailored integration that you're offering, right? Because I'm here, right?
It's very deliberate. It's very planned out, and lesson plans are fully created and orchestrated in order to make sure it's deliberate. And the teachers collect data based on the lessons, so little assessments at the end of the lesson to see how the kids are understanding the concept to help them really make decisions for future lessons and concepts.
That's great. Now, you mentioned that if a student lives within 15 miles, was it?
Yep, 15 miles.
Then they can attend the school and they can get transportation?
Yeah, they can actually attend if they live further than the 15 miles, but the 15 miles is the limit radius for free busing transportation. So we have had students who've lived in Fairport or Webster outside of the 15 miles, and their parents may work in Greece, and they really loved our school, so they would just drive them every day and pick them up every day.
Nice.
And they can do that, but it's just the busing is within those 15 miles.
Okay. And then there was a cost, too, right, a cost issue. Is it free to attend if you live within 15 miles?
Yep, it's free for all students to attend.
Oh, even if you live in Fairport?
Yep. Yep, no matter what, it's still free for everybody. The funding comes from the districts, from the state. Ultimately, the funding for students' public education is state-funded, and but rather than going to the district of residence, the district is expected to cut us a check for the students who attend our school for 68% of the funds that they receive. They keep the rest for processing fees and for that transportation, should they provide it, but and the rest of the funds come to us, which is what funds our program, along with donations and grants to help keep this program robust and alive.
Yeah, that's great. So you mentioned, what is the grade that you start from? Like, is it kindergarten, and what grade do you go up to?
Yeah, we're kindergarten through 6th grade.
Through 6th grade. So what happens after 6th grade? Is there a natural, next institution, next school? I'm not using the right word. Is there a next school, that has, that has some similar components, some similar characteristics that the kids can go to?
Yeah, a little bit. We have a couple different options. We do help ensure that all of our students get into a middle school that they feel is a good fit for them. The majority of our students, about 400 of our 500 students, come from the city of Rochester. Wow. Many of those students elect to audition for the School of the Arts in the city of Rochester, and the majority of them end up getting accepted, who tend to apply. And then the other 100 students come from, many from Greece, and maybe a few others from neighboring suburbs. And a lot of our suburban districts filter into their home district, into the middle schools there. Students who don't go to those two options might go to other charter schools in the city. We have partnerships and have been working hard to foster relationships with some of the private schools or parochial schools in the area. We have students that have gone to the Harley School, Allendale Columbia, Aquinas, Mercy, all on scholarship. So we help students get accepted and get scholarships to attend the middle school of their choice.
That's wonderful. So the majority of kids that are going there probably love the arts already, which is nice. And then they've got some nice options. Certainly, the School of the Arts is a great option if the majority of the kids that are applying there that are coming from your school are getting in. That's great news. Are you the only charter School of the Arts in your grade levels in the Rochester region?
Yes. Yep, we are. We are the only charter school that offers this model. That makes you very, very unique and very important.
Yeah. And what great news that anybody in the region could attend and have their child attend for free. The only, potential thing that's got to be worked out is transportation if they live more than 15 miles from you. But but as you said, lots of folks might have parents that work in Greece or come to Greece on a regular basis who could just transport their kids. That's pretty awesome. So you've been in the role that you're in. You're running this wonderful, wonderful place, wonderful school. And how long have you been doing that? It hasn't been forever and ever, I don't think, right?
No, it hasn't. I've been with the school forever and ever.
Well,
we are in our 9th year of existence, and I've been with Renaissance Academy since inception. I was hired on as the school's literacy specialist at the time to help to develop the reading and writing program. And then I eventually moved into roles of assistant principal and principal, and I've been sitting as the chief educational officer, the CEO, since June. So almost a year now.
Well, congratulations. And I think I met you right around the time that you had started in your new role. It was so great to get to know you. And what great background you have. I think that's actually probably a strength that you've worked in a variety of roles in the school. So you've gotten to see the school from a variety of perspectives. And so as you move forward, it may be early for you to answer this question, but is your thought that you want to is the primary thought that you want to continue and sustain? The school is still relatively young, and you want to continue and sustain the vision that was in place to begin with. There's some ways that you're, maybe evolving the school a little bit. Some things that you'd like to bring online. What sorts of things might be on the docket for the next 5 years or so?
Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely plan to continue this beautiful vision and mission that we are currently in the middle of executing here. And although 9 years sounds like a fairly long time, as a startup is how it kind of starts as a charter, an independent charter like this. We are just really finding our stride, and it feels great. It's great to see what we're able to produce. And I think in education, things are always changing and evolving, and so making sure to bring in new learning and that evolution of ideas into our school to continue to enhance the education for the students and the creativity for the students is just paramount for me. And, we are really starting to mature as an organization, as a school of the arts. Believe it or not, we don't even have our own auditorium. That is a big goal. I want to make sure we can get an auditorium and raise money for that. We just put on 2 weeks ago, our first full production musical, Lion King Jr.
Oh, how nice.
So that was beautiful and very exciting. So continuing to develop our program in that way, like we've never done a musical before. Okay, how do we take this now to the next step and the next level, and offering these opportunities for our kids that really give them some life-changing experiences and help them to grow and develop creatively, academically, as well as social and emotionally.
That sounds wonderful. Well, I have to tell you, the tour that we went on recently was wonderful. We came away so impressed. You're doing a wonderful job, you and your entire team. We so appreciate that you're in our community, especially in the Greece community. Dr. Cait Loury, who is the Chief Educational Officer, which is the CEO, essentially, of Renaissance Academy Charter School of the Arts. Thank you so very much for being with us here today on Business Voice.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. All right, that just about wraps it up for us here today on Business Voice. We want to give a big thanks to all 4 of our guests from today: Michael Mariani from Bryant Stratton College, Michael and Marisa Bozza of Bozza Pasta, Steve Synesael, 13 WHAM ABC TV, and, of course, Dr. Cait Loury, Renaissance Academy Charter School for the Arts. We've got lots going on at the Chamber and in our member organizations, as I'm sure you've heard today. Please check us out on the web at greecechamber.org. That's greecechamber.org. And until next time, be well.
You've been listening to Business Voice. The Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce serves businesses, nonprofits, and individuals throughout the region, focusing on promoting economic and community development and serving as the voice for business. The Chamber offers networking, education, advocacy, community events, and business services. It serves as an important platform for business leaders and citizens to come together in support of common goals.